Sleep in his car. Got a lot of activity going on today, guys. Good morning. Good morning. It is Monday, February 2nd. Okay. February 2nd. Oh man, it's bright out today. The sun's out today. Early. Let's see. This guy's gonna have a little late. Let's see here. Actually, you know what? I want to go down to Hoover. So let me see if I can go back out here. Yeah, I should have backed this. Nice, man. I'm going into this place. Alright, let's see. I can't see the dog van. If you guys want, I can give you a ride if you give me gas money. So that way it won't be a long bus ride for you guys. To be picked between left on Olympic. This fucker should pull up. I bet this is at the freaking charge school. It's University Prep. Oh, yeah. Let's get the hell out of here.
Screaming for how much since I've come to this podcast. We have been talking nonstop about this insanity about them taking children. Guys, how old was she initially? 14? 14 years old? Let me just make sure. Oh, at 16, she was giving testosterone. At 13, she was put on puberty blockers. Like, what are we talking about? They rushed a vulnerable kid into an irreversible medical decision without doing the work. No mental health care, no pausing and sitting down and talking to her. Zero accountability. Just rush. And on an older podcast, we did a case study on how much money, Tom, how much money is involved with this. That's why all this big pharma and all these people, they don't give a damn about your kids. There's no compassion involved. And this is adults confusing kids and steering them into permanent harm while they hide behind their freaking credentials. Okay, this goes against common decency and it goes against God. And I love look at how everything that we're talking about, guys, it's evil. Evil in the church, evil with these people talking about what they're talking about. It's just evil, and God keeps winning. And I love that. This is, to me, one of the best stories that's out. And what matters the most is the precedent, okay? The shield is cracking, and it's cracking before our eyes. The lie that no one can be held responsible just got blown apart. Parents were right. We were right. The kids were right, even though they were all freaking misled. And the people who pushed this knew exactly what they were doing, Tom. So anyone who knowingly steers kids away. What were we talking about in the back, Tom? Was it Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12? Any of you that leads children, these little ones, the Bible says, astray or cause them to sin, it's better for you to have a millstone tied around your neck and thrown into the deepest depths of the ocean. And Tom, what's the significance about the depth of the sea? Because God sees everything. Why did God say go down there?
He wasn't talking about how bad it would be to drown.
No.
He was talking about you need to be at the depths of the earth where I cannot find you when I come to bring final judgment on the world. What I think is interesting about this case, and you brought up, and thank you for bringing it up with
Yes.
passion, the first words, a jury awarded. And it was in New York Supreme Court. Pat, you know what it means if you bring this in New York Supreme Court? It means that the plaintiffs are probably going to appeal. And so you're going to go to the Circuit Court of Appeals, and it's going to go to the Supreme Court. Remember the name Varian. It's kind of a unique, recognizable name. I think this is going to be a Supreme Court precedent.
Beautiful.
And I think this is because they have to. And it was filed in New York Supreme Court so that they could get the strength of decisions. And I don't think she's going to get the money right now. What's going to happen is they're going to appeal it, then they're going to appeal it. And if this goes to the Circuit Court and the jury decision is upheld, then they have to go to the Supreme Court. And if it goes to the Supreme Court, you know what you have? Permanent precedent.
I love that.
That's what you have.
It'll be like Varian versus something will be the case.
And
of
everybody will say, hey, my 13-year-old, I got divorced. I'm a father. My crazy ex-wife did this for one of my kids. You see it coming, Pat? I want the Varian precedent, and I want these people held responsible. I think it's going to be a precedent.
Oh, Tom, it's going to be so nasty, so ugly. And this set the tone for everybody.
I love it.
It is going to be so ugly, so nasty. The videos of saying, what's wrong? This is the Asian guy says, my son told me he's a girl. And who am I to not let my 3-year-old son say he's a girl, be a girl? These people were evil to allow this to happen. We watch these things over and over and over again. By the way, you know what could happen? You know what could be the biggest celebrity scandal case? Dwayne Wade. Could be the big celebrity scandal case. Because his wife said, wait till he's 18. Wait till he's 18. Wait till he's 18. In the next year, 2 years, 3 years. You know this Ryan Reynolds guy that was extremely likable at one point? You thought he was a cool guy. I saw a clip with him, the way he talked to a kid. And it was so rude. And I'm like, wow, look how bad his Q score is today with his wife. What's his wife's name?
Blake Lively.
Blake Lively.
Gossip Girl.
Age of Adeline or whatever it is. Boom. I loved in that movie. I saw Ryan Reynolds talk to a kid on the red carpet. The way he's speaking. Rob, you have to play this clip. You have to play this clip. Ryan Reynolds.
He's a
Actor, tequila owner. He's now got a cell phone company.
I wish I had.
He's Hollywood elite.
Show you guys.
Him and his wife.
I wish I had this video to show you guys. Can you find it, Rob, or no?
Oh, you're looking.
Oh my God! So
He changed when he had some entrepreneurial success, Pat. And I read an article that he just has this huge ego, like unbelievable because of an entrepreneurial success he had. But up in the venture capital community, it's like, dude, you were born into this investment world on third base, and you think you hit the triple.
where do you check on
Traffic
Instagram
is
when you
awesome
save
on
videos?
110, no traffic.
Where do you go to see the place where you save videos?
Saved?
Save videos.
Southbound.
This is it. Yeah, this is it, Rob. Go ahead. Watch this.
Oh, what's the highlight? Hey, what's up? What's going on? I know. It's like I'd get halfway down there and be like, I'm a monster. I know. I'm so sorry. What's your question for me, buddy?
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Let's skip to the question.
Why is there so much Chipotle mayo on your Chipotle burgers?
Oh my gosh. You know what? I wish I had some control over that. But you know what I can do? I can send a strongly worded letter to the chef over at Tim Hortons. Consider it done, young man. What's your name? Liam? Hey, Liam. I'll make it downright vicious. But I'm not just answering you, though.
Any of your iconic lines inspired by John?
Oh, what's the highlight? Hi, what's up?
I don't know. Like,
get to the question.
yeah, let me tell you. I get with the question. You know, this scandal you're seeing that happened with this kid, $2 million, supposed to be $8 million, they paid 1.6 plus 400,000. Watch if this happens next 2 to 4 years. Gabrielle Union, Dwayne Wade, and his ex-wife.
Wow.
You don't think she's calling a lawyer right now? Of course. How quickly do you think she's calling a lawyer right now, saying that if that's the case, hey, what are we doing?
Of course.
With what Dwayne did. And I told him I didn't want to do this, and that's documented. Again, these are the stories that we followed.
Add to that.
That was being talked about.
They've
Go
got
ahead.
case precedent. Wait till this becomes Supreme Court precedent.
So this comes down to the power of equilibrium, and nature is healing. You know, like every action has an equal opportunity, equal opposite reaction. You know, Rob, do you have those Bill Maher stats? Tell me if you think this stat is actually going to change. Remember the stat that Bill Maher was like, we're just getting gayer and gayer and gayer, and everyone's going to be gay by 2030. There's a couple of these things right now. I actually think he's going to be wrong, because I think a lot of parents, you know, millennials, who are the parents of Generation Alpha now, who are basically, you know, Tico's age and younger, 13 and younger, are going to say, no. We're not doing that transitioning stuff. You're 8 years old. We're not going to put you on social media. We're not going to do that. This trans, this LGBT, all these things that happened over the last decade, BLM, Me Too, the LGBT movement, COVID, everyone getting canceled, defund the police, removing God from our country, and feminism, which has been the biggest lie. Something tells me that people are going to recognize how much this has failed America and revert to the equilibrium.
Could easily happen. By the way, Rob, can you do me a favor just to fact check me? Can you go on ChatGPT and ask the question? Ask the question on ChatGPT. Did Dwayne Wade's wife try to prevent Dwayne from finalizing the transition to their son?
And it's not Gabrielle Union. It was his original wife.
Original wife.
Yeah.
Not Gabrielle Union, but she did play a role.
Gabrielle Union probably encouraged this.
Not Dwayne Wade. His wife is what I said. Dwayne Wade's wife. Dwayne Wade's wife.
Ex-wife.
Dwayne Wade's
Ex-wife.
ex-wife. Yeah, ex-wife. Okay, so watch this.
I love they put a little rainbow flag.
Okay, so
The
let's
lady in
see.
Chicago,
Yes,
I want to say.
there was a legal dispute
Siobhan,
between Dwayne
right?
Wade and his ex-wife, Siobhan, over their transgender daughter's transition, but it wasn't about stopping the transition. It was specifically about legal steps and timing. Their daughter, Zaya Wade, 2020 and 2022, Wade filed a petition in California to have Zaya name and legal gender marker changed. Funchess Wade filed a legal objection to the petition, and in a court ruling, she argued that Wade was positioning to profit from Zaya's legal transition and asked the judge to delay until when? Until 18 years old. This objection wasn't framed as preventing Zaya's personal journey, but rather as a legal move. She claimed both parents should agree on such major decision. Ultimately, the judge granted the legal name and gender change for Zaya early 2023.
What does she argue that Wade was positioned to profit from Zaya's legal transition, meaning what? The LGBT?
Well, no, remember he
His
started
Hollywood career
got it.
show.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so glad you bring this up, because
Jeez.
Miami, you know, Wade County.
Wade, yes.
Do you remember when his daughter or son, whatever it was, transitioned? He launched a business, a website,
yes.
to say if you
Yep.
are I think it was for trans minorities or trans colored people, and it was encouraging young kids to follow this methodology.
Yep.
That is dangerous. Forget about just profiting by yourself, selfishly. Him and Gabrielle Union. Translatable. This is a digital community and resource hub designed to support transgender and LGBTQ youth, particularly those of color, along with their families. So basically saying, hey guys, I'm going to be the Pied Piper of trans youth, people of color transitioning, but follow my lead and let me make some money off of this. Very weird what happened to Dwayne Wade.
I think this is a tragedy for people like Les Moonves and Harvey Weinstein, who have long used the casting couch to select the most beautiful actress to appear in their next film. With everybody transitioning like this, can you imagine the number of mistakes are going to be made having the wrong person on the casting couch and getting shocked?
Oh, no.
They're going to be, and I think
Tom,
this,
that was-
I think this
Tom,
is
that was the
horrible.
most hilarious,
How is
inappropriate
Les
joke
Moonves
ever
and Harvey
about
Weinstein supposed to
trans
molest
kids.
people if they can't tell the difference?
Unbelievable.
This is going to just disrupt
mind
the
of
entire.
the business.
This is going to disrupt the entire casting process that's been in place for 50 years. This is how we do it in Hollywood, and now it's all screwed up.
Ruined it.
Let's go to California.
Tom wants to
Newsom,
keep
and
the good old boys
We'll
alive.
wrap up they'll wrap up on this Newsom story. Gavin Newsom says he's burdened by the fact as he criticizes California's billionaire wealth tax. He's burdened. What a burden on U.S.
Like Kamala,
governor.
but burden,
Wow.
what she said.
Yeah, so
Burdened by
go
what
ahead,
is
Rob.
what has
Go
been.
ahead and play this clip.
fashion. I actually seek first to understand before I'm
Legs.
understood. Sometimes. And I was burdened by the facts. The fact is, it actually will reduce investments in education. It will reduce investments in teachers and librarians, childcare. It will reduce investments in firefighting and police. The impact of a one-time tax does not solve an ongoing structural challenge that has been
He needs their money for 2028.
exacerbated by the impacts of H.R. 1. In fact, what it will do is what the Legislative Analyst's Office said it would do, which didn't surprise any of us when they put that out. You would have a windfall one time, and then over the years, you would see a significant reduction in taxes because taxpayers will move. And that is what I fear at a state level.
Right. So would you support a national
I think you can have, that's an interesting conversation. It's a challenging one too. There's some constitutional issues around takings. There's impact as it relates to the flow of capital, the impacts on the market, which are not inconsequential. If you told me you're going to have a one-time, where do you mark to market? How do you audit? Do we go in and find out for those that are in this tax bracket, when did you buy your Basquiat? I'm sure it was 1971 or was it 1991? Markets have adjusted. Where's the wine collection, sir? Let me look again. Hold on. Mark to market. Wait a second. So you haven't sold your stuff. But, you know, all these things, it gets complicated. I'm not suggesting, I'm not here to belittle it, argue. I think the imbalance, I said it, the state of the state, the imbalance between the rich and the poor is the oldest, most fatal ailment.
Pause it right there. Tom, why do you think he's saying this? Because he's making sense, you know, what he's saying. You got to give him credit. But why do you think he's taking this position right now? Does he fear the mass exodus is real and it's too late?
Yes, he's backpedaling, and look where he went. He went to Bloomberg for the Bloomberg channel, and we know what that audience is like. Primarily business, primarily high earners, high net worth. That's who's watching Bloomberg mostly. He is talking to them, and he is backpedaling his butt off. He is backpedaling like a free safety in a Tampa 2 defense. This guy right now is just absolutely campaigning. This is a campaign thing because I said, and I'm sticking to my prediction, I said that he and Ro Khanna are going to blame SEIU and the people that brought the ballot measure. Remember, this is not a state law, it's just not a state assembly, and it's not a state act, and it's not a governor's order. This is a ballot measure that is almost got enough signatures, doesn't have enough yet, but it looks like it's going to be there, and he is backpedaling, Pat. He is on here talking to this and just say, I was, what did he say? I was burdened by the facts. Burdened by the facts? How about be burdened by the fact that you spent all those billions of dollars on homelessness? How about be burdened by the fact that you spent all that money on the rail that never went anywhere? How about be burdened by the fact that you have an extra $2 on average on a gallon of gas in California, and people are paying more for gas in California, and it has nothing to do with the energy industry. It's got nothing to do with the president, Biden or Trump. It's got everything to do with the tax you have in California. How about be burdened by those facts?
Can I at least read a success of his, Tom? And I want to come back to you on this. Gavin Newsom shoots down claim $236 million program for California's mentally ill has only helped 22 people in 4 years.
22 people.
California's Gavin Newsom $236 million program to help those with severe mental illness who battle between homelessness and jail has helped nearly 22 people since its launch in 2022. A recent report reveals Newsom's Care Accord was built as a completely new paradigm to get the mentally ill off the streets into treatment, with up to 12,000 people expected to benefit. The Daily Mail reported, but only 22 people have been sent to treatment over the past 4 years after a state analysis found that up to 50,000 could be eligible for the program. The 22 court order cases were amongst roughly 3,000 petitions filed statewide as of October. Of those, only 706 were approved, including 684 volunteer agreements that never intended to meet the program's goal. According to Daily Mail, Newsom has denied the reports. Care Accord has helped thousands of Californians into care to recover, not 22. Even under the most narrow definition, the number is 600 plus and growing. His press team tweeted, critics say it has become costly, bureaucratic maze that leaves families frustrated and desperate. Rhonda De Plaza, 62 of Concord, believed Care Accord would finally force life-saving treatment on her schizophrenic son after decades of repeated arrests and near starvation on the streets. Tom.
So this is more backpedaling. He had to come to the microphone and talk about this because fraud on a nationwide level and waste, and this is waste, and there's also fraud things in California we can talk about separately. But this mental health crisis, this is terrible. They wasted all this money, and it prevented people like Karen Bass and Nancy Pelosi from getting the mental health treatment they so sorely needed. He's just backpedaling. He's absolutely backpedaling here on it because he's been pushed. This is the first time you've seen Gavin Newsom really pushed off of his passive-aggressive and, kind of framed. I mean, let's face it, Davos wasn't really good for him. Do you think Davos looked really good for him?
No.
No, it wasn't a good look. It's like, hey, dude, Governor, you're over here cosplaying as a diplomat, and it's just not going over well. And so that doesn't go well. He comes home and we're now talking about fraud with billions of dollars in Minnesota.
Yep.
Suddenly people are saying, well, California is going to make that look like a munchkin. And then he has to come out and backpedal with Bloomberg on that. Pat, he's backpedaling, and I think it's the first time we've seen him so defensive, but it scares the hell out of me, and I'll tell you why, because he's so damn good at it.
He's very good. Brother, his legs were really folded. He's so good with the
body
hand.
language. Pretend you're listening on radio. He is so slick.
Oh, he's very, very slick. But Rob, I just sent you a video. Dr. Oz, I think, or one of these other guys was investigating, and I guess he was really mad at him. 18% of all U.S. home health billing is coming from just Los Angeles County. Pat, can we play this? This was, I believe, Oz this past weekend.
Oh, this is the mathematical impossibility.
$120 million in a single year, claiming to oversee 1,900 patients. With almost 2,000 hospice agencies, LA County has more than 36 states combined, and 30 times more than either Florida or New York.
18% of the whole country's home health care billing is coming out of Los Angeles County. How is that possible?
And take a look at this map. A cluster of 287 hospice providers in a 2-mile radius. Some in strip malls, unmarked buildings,
Nobody's there.
a wrecking yard, and vacant lots.
Weird.
I can fill that out in Kazakhstan if I want. And get a hospice license waiting for
They make money off of the homeless people too.
$120 million.
Nick Shirley basically blew the lid off, and all this is happening, and Gavin, their front runner, has spent more money and absolutely nothing to show for it. There's fraud in his state. The taxes are the high. But guess what? He knows how to talk. He knows how to fold his legs. He knows how to put gel in his hair. That is it.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How the hell does LA County have more people in hospice than the state of Florida, where we have all the elderly and
You
retirees?
explain. That's where I was going to. Explain that
How
to
is
me.
that even possible?
And not by a little bit, by 60 times more.
Oh my God.
60, and I'll wrap up with the story, and then Adam, I'll come to you. Nick Shirley confronts San Diego daycare. Influencer testifies fraud in California is likely worse than Minnesota fraud. Here's Nick Shirley. Go for it.
Yep.
It's Nick Shirley, our state, guys. Look,
It's like a hero.
you don't care. This is my daycare. You don't care. It's not enough, Minnesota. You come here. It's not enough.
It's not enough.
He's in San Diego.
He's in San Diego.
Trying
He's like,
to
"Where are the
find," he says,
children?
"Where's the children?"
And she's
she
mad
says,
at
"You
him.
don't care."
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's out there. He's trying to find out what's going on with this $24 billion money that went to the homelessness. And he's going a little bit deeper into it. Adam, your thoughts with everything that's going on with California?
Well, if there's ever a Batman movie that's need a remake, they're just gonna bring in Nick Shirley and throw up like a waste, fraud, and abuse sign in the air. Nick Shirley's gonna show up like a superhero. But if we think that there's fraud in Minnesota with the Somalian community, wait to see what they expose in California. They need a Doge every single one of these corrupt cities. But back to Gavin Newsom. This guy is the most skilled politician, but he'd be the worst CEO. Only in politics can you just do all these things and accomplish nothing. If you're running a real company, he'd be running a zombie company. He'd be running the WNBA, basically. So his greatest accomplishment that we talked about the other day was what? Homeless initiatives, where they lost $26 billion. He could give a master class on how to basically talk and accomplish nothing. There's a famous song that goes, "I see your lips moving, but you ain't saying nothing." That's Gavin Newsom.
It's a good song. Maybe that's going to be a song coming out.
Maybe AI will make a better version.
And that guy makes a mockery of it. I could have been in Turkestan and filled it out and got myself a hospice license.
So
Just shows you how
let me give a quick shout out while we're going through this. Yesterday was my son's 14th birthday. Yesterday was his 14th birthday. Proud of this guy. We had a great conversation with him. This was his best year he's ever had. I'm so proud of the growth he's had right there.
This guy in the
just
turtleneck.
hugging his younger brother in the nicest possible way. Rob, you can go to the next picture.
moments later.
Look at this guy.
Little mustache coming in, Tico.
Pico, keep going. We got him here. Keep going. This is him when he was a kid.
Is that you, Pat, in a fedora?
Back in the days.
Chilling.
This is
Wow.
13 years ago, 12 years
What do you want
ago.
from him?
This is him as our firefighter
We
in
could have used him in
LA.
LA back in the day.
Yeah, well, he used to do his best at our house. That's
Look
him
at
and Brooke.
it's
Senna.
Senna.
No, it's
Look at
Senna, yeah.
Senna's eyes. Senna's big eyes. Keep going. This is Mommy,
Yeah.
Dilly, Tico.
That
We
was in
were at
DC,
the
right? Where was
DC, which one of the dinners with the president at the inauguration. This is Tico when he was a little
God,
baby.
rascal.
Wow.
Keep going.
Look at that
This
stud.
is him hugging Dilly with Vinny to the left.
Is he taller than Vinny yet?
Not right there.
Almost there.
It's
And
right
this is
there.
with
Is that
that
Sean? Who is that?
incredible
Sean.
trick. That's Shawnee boy.
Sean.
Sean is massive.
Total G.
And it's the family
Papa
Grace.
G.
Grace has surpassed Papa.
Yeah.
And it's Senna's in the middle with Sean and Brooklyn to the right. Anyways, Tico, we love you, buddy. Happy birthday to you. We had a great time. We went to this airsoft place that Vinny intelligently said he doesn't want to go local.
All right, that's enough. Let's see here. Brutal warning. What is Devon?
Kick this week off with the president dropping a brutal warning for Trevor Noah, the terrible late night comedian, of course, and also the individual who hosted the Golden Globe Awards, also known as Grammys, late last night. That was an utter and complete disaster and embarrassment for our society once again, because majority of the award ceremony was all about attacking ICE. Yes, I'm sure you guys guessed it. Now let me just get to the bottom line of this post from the president. He says, Noah Trevor said incorrectly about me that Donald Trump and Bill Clinton spent time on Epstein Island. Wrong. I can't speak for Bill, but I've never been to Epstein Island nor anywhere close, and until tonight's false and defamatory statement, have never been accused of being there, not even by the fake news media. Noah, who's a total loser, better get his facts straight and get them straight fast. It looks like I'll be sending my lawyers to sue this poor, pathetic, talentless dope of an MC and suing him for plenty of money. Ask little George Slopadopoulos and others how that all worked out. Also ask CBS, get ready, Noah. I'm going to have some fun with you, President DJT. All right, to understand exactly why last night was an embarrassment to American culture and our society, I'm going to show you a few ignorant statements that were made yesterday during the awards ceremony. But first, like this video, share this video, leave a comment down below, and please do not forget to subscribe. So at this point, I think it's becoming abundantly clear that the mass deportation operation that 77 million people voted for is dominating almost every aspect of our lives. You now have Hollywood making their entire award ceremony about their political statements targeting ICE. And essentially, there was two ways that they got it done. One was wearing a pen that said ICE out, and two was saying the words F ICE, which I don't think is a surprise, which is why we have here on the screen Bad Bunny and Billie Eilish among celebrities criticizing ICE at the Grammys. Music's biggest night proved to be a political hotspot, with many artists making some form of statement against the Trump administration's immigration operations. The problem with celebrities when they speak out is usually they make the most ignorant statement when talking about these matters. I'm talking about politics, that is. Well, let's start off with this individual by the name of Shabuzi. Born in Nigeria, immigrated to America, became a country music artist, won a Grammy last night. Good for him, I suppose. But then he had to just make this particular statement. Immigrants built this country, literally, actually. So this is for them. For all children of immigrants and for those who came to this country in search of a better opportunity to be part of a nation that promised freedom for all and equal opportunity for everyone. And the reason why I wanted to start off with his particular statement, because I actually found his to be the most ignorant one of them all for two main reasons. Number one, the first comment right under his post says it plainly, legal immigrants, you effing, I'm not going to continue to say that, but more importantly, even a raging leftist progressive lunatic pushed back on this by the name of Amisha Cross, who said slaves built this country, not immigrants, and enslaved black people didn't come to America looking for a better life. They were forcibly removed from their homeland and worked dusk till dawn without a single wage, and some of the gravest atrocities. It's Black History Month. See, it's fascinating that you have someone who wasn't even born here, okay, comes from Nigeria, then tells us what this country was built on. Again, the irony, right? That's why I said it's one of the most ignorant statements, and that's why I wanted to start off with it. Now, let's actually switch gears and go to this clip, because I just have to show you this really quickly here. So Don Lemon, of course, attended the Grammys, and you know what happened? They gave him a standing ovation. Watch this. Let's just be clear about something. He wasn't getting a standing ovation at the award ceremony. He's getting a standing ovation at one of these nice little event dinner parties during the weekend that people go to, particularly Hollywood elites. And it's just fascinating, Hollywood, welcoming him with open arms and treating him like he's a martyr or he's the victim in all of this. It's truly disconnected, if you ask me. I don't think it's more disconnected than what I'm about to show you here, coming from Billie Eilish at the Grammys. She said this: nobody is illegal on stolen land. We need to keep fighting and speaking up. Our voices do matter. F ICE. Now, this is the same woman who claims that if you make millions of dollars, you should be giving it all away to people who are poor. But she hasn't done that herself. That's number one. And number two, since we are on stolen land, let's go ahead and get some illegal aliens shipped over to your house where you stay. Will you take them in? Will you make sure they are fed and clothed? And I'm not just talking about a couple of them. Let's send about 10 or 20. Let's see if she's willing to accept that and back up her rhetoric with her money. It's just fascinating the way these people think. It's so convoluted. This is why ultimately this gentleman is missed, because his statements in 2020 is what they need to hear once again. Okay, so just one more for you. I know, it's painful, right? Bad Bunny said this: before I say thanks to God, I'm going to say ICE out. Let me get this straight. Maybe the problem with Hollywood and people in general in our country is they're putting God second or last. Wouldn't you just come out and say, hey, I just want to give thanks to God. Now let me make my political statement. No. Let me put God second. Let me get my political statement in first. Selfish, okay? At the highest degree. But at any rate, he's going to be performing the halftime show at the Super Bowl, so hopefully you're going to tune in, right? Yeah, see, the Grammys, just like most things in life, have absolutely declined, but for the wrong reasons. And the only reason why they're getting any attention today are still for the wrong reasons. The peak of the Grammys, as far as their performance is concerned, came in 1984. 51 million views. You know what it was last year? 15 million. And, of course, the last high year was back in 2012 at 39 million. I mean, and it's so bad that you have these people protesting on the streets, trying to represent Palestine and Mexico at the same time and demanding the borders of our country to be removed. You don't believe me? Watch this clip for yourself.
Deportation! Liberation! Down with deportation! From Palestine to Mexico! The border walls have got to go! Down with deportation!
Okay, now let's kind of shift gears to Nicki Minaj, because she made a couple of statements that have already pissed off part of Hollywood already. As you guys seen, Trevor Noah took shots at her. But she went on to say that they're flying in immigrants to vote because they reneged on all the promises they made to African Americans and can no longer get the African American vote by default. They're causing distractions in the streets to distract from the billions they stole from taxpayers. Here's what I want to add on to her statement. Isn't it fascinating that majority of these protests that are anti-ICE, you know who is missing in most of those? Black people. Why is it that black people are not on board when it comes to illegal immigration? They don't sip that Kool-Aid. That doesn't mean you're not going to find some Don Lemons, okay, and some Nakima Armstrongs. They do exist. But overwhelmingly, when you look at these protests, black people are nowhere to be found. Isn't that fascinating? Now, here's a nice clip that you will enjoy. This is coming from Jelly Roll, a musician who refuses to play the political game at the Grammys. They tried to get him to bash ICE. He wasn't going for it. Listen to it for yourself.
I can tell you that people shouldn't care to hear my opinion, man. You know, I'm a dumb redneck. I haven't watched enough. I didn't have a phone for 18 months. I've had one for 4 months and don't have social media. I hate to be the artist that's that aloof, but I've become so disconnected from what's happening. And I'm just not I grew up in a house of like insane pandemonium and like I didn't even know politics were fucking real until I was in my mid-20s in jail. Like, that's how disconnected. When you grow up in a drug addict household, you think we like have common calls about what's happening in world politics? Like, we're just trying to find a way to survive, man, you know? And I have a lot to say about it, and I'm going to in the next week, and everybody's going to hear exactly what I have to say about it in the most loud and clear way I've ever spoken in my life. So I look forward to it. Thank you for bringing it up.
And by the way, when he accepted his award, he made his entire speech about Jesus Christ and his faith, which takes me to this post by Nicki Minaj. Any Christian who votes Democrat again is a fool. They're showing people that it's okay to disrupt their church during worship. This is how they truly feel about you. The veil is lifted. No morals, no integrity. It's not enough for them to have an opinion. They've escalated to physical intrusion of places of worship. The demons inside of them are so bothered all the time. And here's the other thing about it, guys. She makes such a good point. Because shouldn't, when you win an award, be about your faith, okay, your family? They want to make it all about politics. That's number one. Number two, I can't wrap my head around why Christians would vote Democrat. I get it. Some Christians don't want to vote, period. They don't want to be involved in politics, period. I get it. They don't even like Republicans. I get it. But how could you, in good conscience, based on your values and what is in the Bible, vote for a political party who loves abortion, who loves racism, who puts illegal aliens above the needs and the safety of the American people? It just does not make any sense whatsoever. It's interesting how they've been able to get away with it. All right, so why don't you guys give me your thoughts in the comment section below. Why don't we start with what Billie Eilish had to say? She says there's no such thing as illegal aliens because this is stolen land. Well, I guess since she lives in a $14 million mansion, we should just start shipping illegal aliens over to her property and see if she will house them. I think she's going to find out real quick how much of a hypocrite she truly is. And then what do you make of Shabuzi, Nigerian musician, wasn't even born here, dedicating his award to immigrants? Truly disconnected, if you ask me. Just give me your thoughts on everything you got in the comment section below. Next video, Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson has done the unthinkable. He just issued an executive order ordering his local police department to investigate and refer ICE agents for criminal prosecution. But you got to see the blowback that he's already receiving. If you guys are interested in that video and more from yesterday, all you have to do is click on that video because it's coming up right now.
So slow. This is a busy stream. Hillcrest. Can't believe they were. They was all the way to this area. Someone's moving out. Moving in, I don't know. I think they're moving out. What's this guy doing? Pulling out now? What are you doing? Okay, what is this? West Hillcrest? Where am I at? 36. Oh, I think it's right here, actually. Let's see what we got left turn here. It's right here. She's a Centinela. Alright. Centinela. Let's see here. Tourism. Oh, yeah, let me see this one here.
Like a 6, to be honest. A secret little door. It's hard to find, yeah?
Today we are on a 1,000 peso budget, trying to get as much food as possible and being able to explore this famous Chinatown. So let's just get right into it.
All right, guys, this is Sincerity Cafe and Restaurant.
1,000 pesos. 1,000 Filipino pesos.
Oh, that's what we're going
How much is 1,000 Filipino pesos in dollars?
We're not going to fill up on rice. We got a lot of food to try today. I'm starving, guys. Can we just get just a half order of the fried chicken, ma'am? That's it. Dining, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Gas at $3.99 here at 64th and Brea.
This is the famous chicken here. So this is like amazing. So that's all we got because we have a lot of food to eat today. Let's check it out. Thank you both. First bite. Like always, guys, first bite test. It's not too greasy. Look at that chicken, guys. Let's try it. I can see why people line up for this chicken. We got lucky. It's not busy right now, but it's starting to pick up. It's Sarap chicken. I don't know what they put in it. It's not as crunchy as I thought. Maybe it's just this piece. It definitely tastes different than any other chicken that I've had in the Philippines. It doesn't taste like Filipino chicken at all. It's very, very good. Now with some suka. It's better with suka. Nice pieces. I'm gonna give it like an 8. It's good chicken. Just grab it ourselves. I don't think so. There's no cup. Ate wonderful. Too big. You guys like that? Learning words, guys. Learning words. Thank you, ma'am. Sometimes fried chicken is just better with your hands. Yeah, it's super garlic. It's so good. I love garlic also. So it's a half chicken. So they literally just cook up a half chicken for you for only 240 pesos. Now there's a line. There's people waiting outside. So we better hurry up. Very Sarap. All right, guys. That was a great stop. That was Serenity Cafe here in Fernando. Good chicken. Not like mind-blowing chicken, but good chicken. For the price, definitely good chicken. There's an upstairs to this place too, and they're already packed. It's pretty loaded now. Thank you, Paul. All right, guys. On to the next. It's very clean. Look how clean the grounds are. Last time I was here, it's back to here. It gets so busy. It's not even that good. If you're here for food, literally everyone that comes to Binondo starts here, guys. This is the famous NBT. So let's go check it out, guys. Popia's Sisig. Fresh pasta. Excuse me, ma'am. What's the most popular items? Yeah, what item? This thing? Please. Which one? Oh, this one's the most popular. And then what else? And these two. Oh, okay. Thank you, Paul. I just wanted to try a little bit. So I think we're gonna get these fried meatballs. It's huge. Look at this lamb. This is ube, or yeah, opia ube. First bite, guys. First bite. Tastes like Pop-Tarts. You guys know what Pop-Tarts are? Yeah, Pop-Tarts. Tastes just like a Pop-Tart. Like, it's a breakfast Danish that comes in the freezer, or not in the freezer. Those are toaster strudel, but tastes just like a Pop-Tart. We have like for breakfast as kids. They put like different jams in it, and then it's a pastry. Tastes just like a Pop-Tart. It's crazy. We are at the famous original Shanghai fried Xiao Pao. It's standing room only, so you just get it and you eat standing up. It's literally just a hole in the wall, and they sell out, so I'm glad we got it done. Thank you, ma'am. Look at the line now, guys. Let's test this out. It's like, in Hawaii, we call these like manapua. It's just like a hot bun with like meat inside, right? So let's try this, what this tastes like. It tastes like a dumpling with a bun around it. So it literally tastes like a dumpling with a bun and onion and meat. It's very good. That was 35 pesos a piece. Yeah, super cheap. Super Maserati. What'd you think? That's a cool tree. Alright guys, we are at the Ying Ying Tea House. So we're finished for the shomai. So we're gonna eat some and let's get into it. What's the most popular, ma'am?
Shomai.
Oh, let's get one order of the shomai.
Chicken feet, xiaolongbao.
Okay, let's do xiaolongbao as well.
One order.
Yes, ma'am.
That's all.
Yeah, that's it.
Pay the order.
Oh. Wait, pay who? Okay. There you go, man. Thank you, ma'am. Old building, yeah? Super old. So it's packed. So we don't feel like waiting. We're just gonna eat it outside. Way better than waiting, guys. Okay, there's the shomai. There's the xiaolongbao. They give you soy sauce, a calamansi. There you go. Some chili sauce. And we get some calamansi in this bad boy. Xiaolongbao, sauce, and the shomai. So these are they're not like juicy like most xiaolongbaos. So I don't know. That's okay. It's okay. No, Din Tai Fung or anything like that, but it's good. You know what though? The soy sauce and the calamansi and the chili sauce, that makes it really good. That's a good combination. Let's try the shomai now. That was good. Now I thought they were known for these, but I gotta be honest, you can tell that they've been pre-made, and either they've been frozen or they sat out overnight, because the bottoms of the xiaolongbaos are mushy, and it's not really like a fresh wrap taste yet. So I'm gonna give this place like a 6, to be honest. You could have probably got these like at any corner. It's not mind-blowing, that's for sure. It's good, but this xiaolongbao, definitely very basic. Definitely not the best, but the shomai's good. Shomai's very good. Good flavor to the shomai. The xiaolongbao, let's get the xiaolongbao. And I think this place is open 24 hours, so at any time, if you have like a hangover or something, or you guys decide to walk around party, this might be a good place to go, because I'm sure this tastes way better. On to the next guys. I'd say out of everything we ate today, this was probably the worst. Yeah, it's the worst by far. Here is Don May.
supposed to be So Maserati. Let's check it out. Next spot, guys. Hello, Kuya. You get, can you get half order? No, wala na. Medium order only. So many. Okay, let's try it. Is it frozen or made fresh? Made fresh. Ah, okay. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Made already. It's okay. It's warm, yeah? Yeah. Okay. No need that. Sauced up, yeah. Some chili sauce in that. 14-piece dumplings for 200 pesos or 16 dumplings for 300. That's a lot. Of course, first bite, guys. First bite test. They said they make them fresh, so let's get some sauce up in this joint quick. They definitely taste fresh. You can tell by the doughiness, it's fresh, yeah. These are really good. Let me double check one more time. I love dumplings, guys. They're my favorite thing, yeah. What's it up? Really, you're gonna spill all over yourself, Kaku. I give these a solid 8. Oh, so let me show you what's on the inside, I guess. I didn't show you what's on the inside. The secret little door. It's hard to find, yeah? Alright, guys, I think we're just going to call it a day. We're too full. What a great day out this is. You get to explore a little bit. It's fun to walk around. It's not a hot day either. It's very, very nice. So, yeah, guys, that's going to wrap up our Fernando Chinatown. I'm extremely full, extremely satisfied. Now I got to find a way back home. I hope you liked the video. If you guys like my videos, please subscribe. Click on the button for notification. And I'll see you guys on the next one, okay?
Okay, baby.
This is all I have. I have 100 pesos and I have 1 can of sardines, guys.
Oh man, what is that? Venezuela. Venezuela.
Venezuela. Just 2 weeks ago, US forces shook the world, sending their troops into the country and capturing the president, Nicolas Maduro.
Breaking news that airstrikes have been carried out on the Venezuelan capital, Caracas.
As the world reeled, flights were grounded, the country was effectively sealed off, and the future uncertain.
We're going to run it essentially until such time as a proper transition can take place.
Mr. Trump is thinking if he takes him away, the revolution ends. No, the revolution continues.
But today, we're some of the first foreigners to travel to Venezuela since that moment. We want to discover what things are actually like on the ground in early 2026, how people really live, and what's changed. This is Venezuela. Welcome to Port of Spain Airport on Trinidad and Tobago. We're about to get a 45-minute flight across the Caribbean Sea to the island of Isla Margarita in Venezuela. We actually booked this trip about 4 months ago, and we've been planning to go for a long time, but things have obviously changed in the past 4 months, and that did make us a little bit nervous about going. There's a lot of misinformation right now, but we're desperate to get inside of Venezuela and see what life is like. That's been the case for a long time, and it's still the case now, even more so in fact. The flight's going to leave in about an hour. We've just gone through quite a few checks. It's been a little bit intense, but we're at the gate now, and we're almost ready to go. So, vamos a Venezuela.
Vamos.
And actually, to book this flight, we had to message someone on WhatsApp, and truth be told, we're still not quite sure if we
are going to fly, because all flights to Venezuela were cancelled, then resumed. Then it's not quite clear whether they're leaving or being cancelled last second. So we're supposed to depart, I think, in about an hour. The flight from Venezuela is still on its way, hopefully. Let's see if it arrives, and let's go to Venezuela. Looks like we are flying. Well, it looks like we're boarding. So we should be landing in Venezuela in about 40 minutes.
Welcome to Venezuela. After landing, we joined a queue for passport control before being shuffled into a back room for questioning. The border guards quickly found our channel and started calling us journalists, which of course we are. But there were lots of questions and watching our North Korea content with an AI Spanish translation. At one point, we were grilled on our knowledge of Hugo Chavez, Che Guevara, and of course Nicolas Maduro. But after a couple of hours, we were allowed to enter.
That was intense. The flight only took like half an hour, but we spent over 2 hours being interrogated in the airport. It was intense. They're only doing their job, and I think they are a strange bunch of people. They found us online straight away, found our channel and all the places where we go, and they had lots of questions regarding the choice of our destinations. It was intense, and they spent a very long time there. Now we picked up a car and we are on our way to our hotel. Hopefully it won't take too long to get there, because we're all feeling it now. That looks great. Gracias. Here we are. What? I thought this was the bed and that's it. Hans, we have few bedrooms.
This is what $60 a night gets you in Venezuela.
For the guys. Why do we need so many bedrooms? Wow, we have a balcony. You can see the sea over there.
Nice. I'm happy.
I'm so happy we're here. Did you get nervous when you were being questioned?
You know what? I wasn't really. Because what have we got to hide? I mean, they were watching our videos, so the only thing that we're worried about sit there and watch our videos, and he let us through. So, yeah.
And apparently we're being watched now, so...
Well, the weather's taken a bit of a turn for the worst here in Margarita. But we're going to head out and drive across the island. We haven't got much time here, so we want to try and find out what life is like here in Venezuela's premier tourist resort. This is once a place that was bustling with tourists from all over the world. And right now, I think there's 2 international flights, one from Cuba and one actually from Russia. But other than that, Margarita is very reliant on internal tourism. And in a period of time when we talk about how the Venezuelan economy is struggling a lot and people are struggling a lot, let's see what this place is currently like. Is it full of tourists or not? And let's see how the locals are living here in 2026. Hopefully we can find a nice cafe somewhere, sit down, grab a pint, and learn a little bit about their lives. Vamos. You drive.
Is it different than Venezuela? I can drive it.
I know it's about a license can drive. Okay. So on this trip you may have seen that we're not alone, and with us are 2 people that we've been to other countries that, yes, interesting countries, so to speak. This is George.
How's it going?
And our driver for the weekend, Philippe.
Howdy.
And we're backseat warriors. We're loving life.
Tame them.
That's why we put the little people.
We're great. We're great with it. So this area where we're staying seems to be an incredibly upmarket area, and we'll show you that later in the video. First we're going to go out and explore the more rural areas of the island and some of the small towns, and we'll come back here later. But is this, when you look out the window, what you expected Venezuela to look like? It certainly wasn't what I expected. One thing that's quite a well-known fact about Venezuela is that it's got the largest proven oil reserves in the world. That's been back in the headlines very recently, of course.
Got to do with what? The oil that has been seized on December 10th.
We're going to keep it. And with that, it's really sad to see that there's a crisis for fuel here in this country. The extraction of oil has depleted at an incredible rate over the past 20, 30 years. And it's reached kind of crisis point. And what we've read online and seen pictures of are queues, endless queues to get into petrol stations. So obviously we've rented a car whilst we're here in Margarita, and it'll be interesting to see if that's actually the case when we have to go to the petrol station.
Yeah, let me go.
Unfortunately, George developed what seems like an ear infection. Now it's moving into a full-on face infection. So we're heading into a pharmacy, see if they can help us, see if they'll give us some drugs, hopefully antibiotics, but let's see what they can do because they're not really that easy to buy. You need prescription and all that, but that was Philippe. We often hear about lack of medicine here in Venezuela, so let's see what it's like in reality.
So it's all libre de armas. I know that. No weapons allowed. Excuse me.
You can't leave your weapon outside the door, can you?
So what's interesting is the shelves are full. I think there's often a thought, certainly I had that you might struggle to find tablets and certain medicines here in Venezuela right now. I'd read about a crisis about a lot of people going over the border to buy medicine, but I think perhaps walking around this pharmacy, it seems to me the case is not that there's a lack of medicine here in the country, it's just that with the devaluation of the bolivar, prices are just extortionate. And what's interesting is you see certain prices in bolivares, here is 2,277, and some in US dollars. So this is $77 US for a hearing aid. So I mean, this is called Pharma Todo, and it does seem to have everything. Just certainly not cheap by a long shot.
Just say, hey Flora, just remind you about the... Oh, she should be at the end. Florida.
Very new though, and very clean, very clean. There's even got self-service tills over here.
So apparently you need to divide this price you see, 330. So I'm using this exact sunscreen and I know how much it costs me to buy it in the UK. Let's see how much it's here. $55. I think I pay about £15. Wow. You know what I'm really surprised to see? Lots of branded stuff, because I thought that because Venezuela is heavily sanctioned, like Russia, that you won't see any of branded stuff, and it's all going to be pretty niche. No, plenty of stuff around.
Dame un segundo y te falta $1. Dame y voy y cambio y le traigo el vuelto.
Bolívares.
¿Bolívares también te sirve? Sí. Lo que pasa es que tampoco llevo en bolívares. Tengo un poquitico, pero voy y le hago le pido el cambio. Falta $1. Ya regreso. Gracias. A ustedes, hasta luego. Hasta luego.
Did you get antibiotics, George?
Nope. They don't give antibiotics unless you have a prescription from a doctor. I've got a nice little cocktail. This is about $10 worth of drugs. It's going to get me through the day.
$10?
Some peach juice. $10.
That's actually not.
It's not as bad as I thought it was.
So we're quite rural at the moment, in the middle of Margarita, and we've pulled into a gas station, and we're the only people here. So a lot of what we read potentially about queues in this part of Margarita for sure may not be true. But let's see if they have gas first. Hola, señor. ¿Qué tal? A un litro, ¿cuánto cuesta? 0.50. Okay. Did you hear that? Britain.
0.50.
Fuck.